on the phone with Tim Musgrove, founder and CEO at TextDigger.com. The topic is search. Tim, good afternoon, and thanks for agreeing to the interview.
Thank you very much for having me.
You bet. Tim, you participated in SES and participated in a couple of sessions. I'm looking for a couple of nuggets for web professionals. Can you give us an overview of what you picked up on?
Well, I thought Dana Todd's Semantic search panel was really interesting, even though this time I wasn't on the panel directly. There was somebody up there who had used our tool and talked publicly for the first time about the results.
What was the results? What give us a high level. What did it entail?
Well, Jason from YeildBuild, which is a really good ad optimization company, and they own Hub Pages, one of the fastest growing user-generated content sites, had used our tool to make semantic recommendations about how to add just a little bit of text to a web page in a way that hopefully results in raising its landing page quality score, which is something that makes search engines like Google rank your page higher.
And what was the title of the session? Can you give us a little background on what exactly were they trying to accomplish?
Well, the title of the session was Don't Call It a Comeback, Semantic Technology and Search, and that was, I think, Dana Todd, the moderator's way with that title of implying that, you know, hey, we heard a lot about semantic technology 3-4 years ago, and then it kind of died down. Now we're hearing about it again. Why? And to answer the question why, she had all the bigwigs there. She had somebody from Google, Yahoo, Bing, and Ask, and from one of the semantic web companies, RadarNetworks. But what I noticed is that all of them talked about future stuff that might affect SEO next year or the year after that you should be planning for now. Only one panelist talked about something they had already done, that they had, you know, the results were in, the results were good, and that was, again, you know, Jason of YeildBuild.
And give us a golden nugget. What were some of the details, the findings?
Well, I think that the golden nugget there is that Jason found out that the keywords that other keyword tools tell you are searched for a lot, that are popular search terms, are not the only words that matter, that our semantic tool recommended words that you might think are a little bit exotic or that people don't search for very often, but they add enough semantic relevance when added to a web page that it increases your quality score.
Yeah, fair enough. And this is a tool that you've developed, and it's available today?
Yes, it is. It is. In fact, we started with this show giving out free accounts to it. And let me tell you an example. So one of the particular hub pages that Jason and his team had worked on was a page recommending stuff for babies, for security, baby gates, baby monitors. And some of the words that our tool had suggested were, for example, emergency room and pregnancy. These are not words you would think of that people search for when they want to buy a new baby gate, obviously, but the words you can understand being mentioned in the context. Why would you want a baby gate? Well, X number of emergency room visits per year are avoidable if people would stop their baby from falling down the stairs with a baby gate. So you can imagine why adding these words contextually makes the article more complete, have more quality, or reveal more quality, and that has a positive impact on search rankings, and Jason's case study essentially proved it.
That's interesting. And so how does the product work? Is it an automated environment? You have to manually add it to these pages? Can you give us a little background on what are the mechanics of it?
Well, there's a part of it that's automated and a part of it that's up to you. What it assumes is that you own a website where you can copy edit the text on a page, but you need a pointer maybe as to how to do that to achieve the best results, and that's where this tool comes in. You give it a URL, you give it a query, and it comes back with, maybe 200 suggested words. You don't need to stuff all of them in there. You take 10 or a dozen of those words and use them to craft a couple extra sentences and stick on the page. Jason had screenshots that showed this. They were able to just spend, minutes on a web page and add some text copy and then just sit back and wait a couple of weeks for search engines and Google to notice the difference, and lo and behold, the rank tends to climb up.
Yeah, that's interesting. And so how would you say web professionals benefit?
Well, I think they benefit by getting a heck of a lot better ROI out of copy editing their text by having control over getting noticed and getting their content to be appreciated by Google. There are some arcane statistical algorithms that Google uses. We all know that. I mean, after all, Google has filed patents on statistical linguistic methods that are a matter of public record, and they do things to analyze the text on a page. And if you don't have a comparable technology as your weapon to figure out, what kind of vocabulary do I need to have on my page to get noticed, then you're fighting an uphill battle, and this tool levels the playing field.
Yeah, very interesting. I appreciate that. And where might we go to get more information?
If you go to keywords.digger.com, and this was kind of our big announcement at our presence at the show, keywords.digger.com, any web professional can get a free trial account there and run queries through and see how it works, for your site or for your client.
Yeah, well, I certainly appreciate your perspective and for your time today, Tim.
Again, anytime.
Today's Web Professional Minute is sponsored by the Adobe Corporation and its 2009 Max Conference. Adobe Max Conference takes place in Los Angeles, California, October 4th through the 7th, 2009, and WOW has been authorized to offer a $400 discount. Adobe Max is the place where Adobe developer and designer community comes together to learn and share best practices and see emerging technologies. Check out all the great links, the Adobe Max discount code, and an upfront and personal interview with Ben Forta, Director of Evangelism for Adobe's platform on the Web Professional Minute.